Uh, I'm not born free. I was born in 85, and some of us, our grandparents worked as domestic workers, so I used to visit my grandmother a lot, go Perea, and we lived amongst foreign nationals. More often she would go to slot machines in Yeovil, and I mean late at night, and I would walk with her and come back, we would be safe. I knew a lot of guys from Zaire. Is it Zaire? What is it called now? Congo. I think it's Congo. I'm not sure. I should have Googled that. And now, a lot of foreign nationals integrated into our communities. Where we are as a country right now, we hear people throwing xenophobia a lot, and it seems like it's a deflection, because what South Africans want from their government is accountability. We've got laws, we've got human rights, we've got laws that govern this country, and they must be respected. So people can't just come here and willy-nilly do as they please. Because the very same law enforcement people, if I went into the president's yard and decided to piss in his pot plant, you know what would happen, right? He's got his own rules in his yard. South Africa, as a nation, we also have our own rules. So South Africans are taking a stance. They are saying, we are taking a stand, and what's going to happen is you guys, you're going to have to be accountable to us, because we put you in there with our votes. In fact, you need to answer to us. We don't answer to you. You answer to us. When the rest of other Africans are supposed to be learning from us. No. They complain, we are afraid of white people, we're this and this and this and this and this and this and this. The part I don't get is, a lot of you kicked out the white people. We took a stance and said, look, we are going to be a multicultural and multi-race society. That's why we call it the Rainbow Nation, right? So we decided on that. So these are our white people, whether they hate us or not. These are our white people. They are those that live amongst us, and we are cool. We have good relationships with. Don't tell me about the minority like Kadi Kriel and Ernest Roots. You know, we still have the likes of Pastor Nigel, who stood up to that racist Helen Zille and spoke only the truth. People tried to fight him and silence him in that hall, but he spoke his truth. Back to xenophobia or Afrophobia. We as a black people, we have a problem. Africa is not liberated financially. There's a lot of inequalities, and a lot of Africans are suffering. That's why they're here, because you know why? A lot of them, they would rather run away instead of holding their government accountable. That's what South Africa is pushing. So my brother and sister from Ghana or wherever, I am not fighting you. You and I are brown. I am saying to you, it's time for the future of Africa, the future of our children, for us to come together and take the fight to our government. But you can only sort out your issues if you're in your own country, and allow us to clean our own house. That's what we are doing. And if you're not going to listen, South Africans will have to, they will try and use force to a certain extent, and it will be seen as illegal. But what must you do? We've seen it a lot. I've seen a lot of videos where people from Ghana said, and Nigerians, you need to leave. I've seen people from Kenya said, enough is enough. Why aren't you listening? Why are you attacking us? Why aren't you talking to your people who are disregarding our laws? We have immigration laws. We have rules in this country that you are failing to respect. There's the law of the land, and you must respect it by being here without proper documentation. And in your country, stop reminding us for what you did for us, because guys, a lot of you gained independence way long before us. And right now in your countries, there's no wars. You're not being persecuted or hunted by the apartheid government. They want to off you. That is not happening. So stop deflecting. Stop running away from the main issue, that we have an issue with leadership in Africa, and it's the youth of each country's responsibility to fix their own fucking country. No African brother can ever come and say South Africans are not a hospitable people. It has never been like that. Like, guys, don't lie. Do not lie. It's just that you are afraid of the truth. South Africans are patriotic, I can tell you. Nobody loves their country like us. We love their country. You'll never hear a South African says, I'm a Nigerian South African, or American South African, or a British South African. South Africans are South Africans. Even the white people who go there, even if they get citizenship that side, they're still South African. And I'm a Nigerian American. Like, what the fuck is that, bruh? Like, why can't you be proud of who you are? For us, this is it. There's no any other place we would rather go. We don't want to go anywhere. We want to save this nation. We want to fight for this nation. Yeah, we have a problem with leadership. We will take them to task, you know. And don't forget, guys, we have good alternatives of great leadership. You guys are not listening very well to Vuyo Zungula. You must listen to this guy. I know it's not going to be easy for you guys to buy into his ideologies, but he's on the right track. Anyway, let's move forward. South Africans, you're not xenophobic. South Africans, you are fighting for what is right. We have unemployment that is huge here. No one is going to come and tell you must fight the white people who are the creators of a lot of that employment. Yes, they own the land and we still want that land, and it will be expropriated without compensation. You know, yes, we have extremists, right-wing extremists like Ernest Roots and all of those other guys who are going on the internet and lying about how the white people are persecuted, even though there's a lot of white people who come and says like, look, I'm living a good life here. There's nothing like that. Don't forget, apartheid is not a long time ago. The very same kids who went there and striked with the, what was his name? The Aviabia guy. Those kids are Ernests of today. Those kids are Caligrills of today. They are the ones making these accusations and saying all of this nonsense and lying because they were hoping for a regime change. They were hoping for Mr. President Trump to come and save them. From what? I don't know. Mr. President Trump says you don't need saving. You can come. I can give you a piece of land because you're hard workers. You can farm. But some of them are still not going. Self-determination where? South Africans are a peace-loving people. We may have our differences across racial lines, right? But there's the minority that is shitty. You know, in the world where there's Caligrill, they get Caligrill and Ernest Roots and all of these motherfuckers. There's Pastor Nigel and the other white people who worked in the background to help the African National Congress get where it is. You get me? You get me? Yeah. So you 30%ers, you must never stop trying to hold your government accountable. Like you are 30%ers, you are low IQ. Rona, we are going to get them to be accountable. They are failures in our eyes. They could have done better. They could have done a lot. The corruption has stolen so much from all South Africans of different races. But what we are not going to allow is for people to deflect from the main issues, from people not trying to hold their governments accountable and trying to tell us shit in our own yard. You must tell us shit in Nigeria. Don't tell me shit while you're in America. You're telling me shit while you're in the UK. You left your country here. Who's a coward between you and me? Who's a coward between me? I'm here. I'm fighting my government. I'm fighting for my land. I'm fighting for my people. No one says we don't want immigrants to come here. Come in a way that we know that you are here. You are accounted for. Because you see our government is Mother Teresa. They must not have a shortage of pills. But what I'm not going to be happy about is, and I know of a person who went to a hospital. They had to deliver and they don't have medical aid, but there was no beds. But the beds were filled by who? Is it fair for a South African? I pay taxes. Yes, you may pay taxes, but you don't pay taxes like most South Africans do. And I would want South Africans to have a preferential treatment over any foreign national. Whether it's a black, white, Indian, or colored South African, give my white South African a bed because their ID says they are South African over a lady that comes from Nairobi who's illegally here. I know our doctors and nurses took oath, guys. I understand it's hard for you and I'm not going to blame you. Some, they stand up for what is right. We have a long fight ahead as Africans. And it starts by us being accountable. It starts by us holding our government accountable. So, be in Zimbabwe and tell Mangwangwa to do his thing, or whatever his name is. Tell Tinubu to do what is right. We will tell Cyril Ramaphosa, but we are going to change them because we want a new ruling party, and it's definitely not the DA. But be in your country and fight for what's right. By the time we start singing this One United Africa, yada, 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 all your backyards are fixed. Everything else is fine there. Then we can start communicating. Not when there's imbalance and the children in my family are suffering and I must cater from the neighbor's children. Oh, fuck that. Fuck it.